Hello guys, my name is Sharmin and today in this video we will be looking at one of the most important topics and one of the most useful topics in JavaScript, that is array and object destructuring. It is relatively new. It was introduced in ES6. Okay, so it is very useful when you learn any front library like React. So yeah, without wasting time, let's go and actually see how array and object destructuring works. Okay. So here what we can do is how we used to get access to our array items, that is array at the index of 0. When we log, can you see we get and a, our first item of the array back, and when you say true, for example, you get the third item, okay, 0, 1 and 2, you get c back, right? So now in place of this, what we can do is we can say let, and then we open our square brackets, and here we say whatever we want to destructure. We write its name on the right hand side, that is we want to destructure our array over here, right? This array we want to destructure, so we write its name on the right hand side, and here we can call, for example, a, b, and here when you log a, can you see you get back an a, and similarly if you log b, you get the second item of your array back, right? Now these names don't actually matter, you can give any names to those, but the places should be same. Okay, I will tell you what I actually mean, which means when you destructure an array, what matters is the place of your element. Okay, if it's the first element, then here it will take it as your first element. What else you can do is you can also give it a default value. For example, you want a b to be your f, but can you see when you log b you still get a b? That is because you already have that item in your array. Okay, for example, if you didn't have that item in your array and that one space was empty, and when you save, can you see you get the f back, that is your default value which you gave over here, right? Just because this was empty, you got an f back, which was the default value, right? But if you have your value inside the array, then it won't return the default value, it will return the value that is there already inside your array. So this is how we use array destructuring. Okay, and now what else we can do is here, for example, if we didn't have a default value given to it and we also didn't have a value inside the array for that place, you see we get an undefined back, right? But if we had a default value defined but we didn't have a value over here, it returns the default value, and if we had a value and we had a default value, then it returns the value which is actually present in your array. Okay, so this is how your array destructuring works. And now let's look at object destructuring. Let's comment this out and let's bring our object to the top. Okay, so now let's look at our object destructuring. Now object destructuring works very much similar to array destructuring. Okay, so what exactly we can do over here is, instead of, the only difference is instead of calling your square brackets, we call curly braces over here. There are still more differences, so we will look at them. And here we have student, right? Now here we can call name, for example, and age, and now we log our name. So can you see we get back my name over here? So this is how your object destructuring works. Now important thing to notice over here is, here if you change the name to name1 and you save, can you see you get back no output, right? There is nothing in the console, which means there is no name1 inside of this. That's the reason you get back nothing, right? So here what actually is happening is, here your name is what matters, right? Here what we saw is we gave it a name of 1 even though it was an a over here, right? But it didn't actually make a difference, it gave us back our values, right? But in object destructuring it is not like that. Name is what matters. So here we have our name, so when I save, can you see you get back the name, right? And let's also log the age, and you see we also get back the age, right? So this is how your object destructuring works. Now what we can do is, here similar to our array, we can assign default values also over here. For example, if we give it we have to define it giving an equal to, not colon. And here for example we didn't have an age, so can you see it prints the default age, right? So inside of this is for example we can destructure our address as well. We can say inside the address we want the city back, and here let's log our city. Can you see we get back Mumbai over here because we have the city property inside. And now for example in place of city we also try and log country. Can you see it says country is not defined because we don't have any country as such inside. Here also if we call country for example and we save, we get an undefined back, right? Because we don't have the country defined inside our address. Now what we can do is we can set default values over here, right, saying India, and can you see you get back the default value over here, right? So this is how actually your object destructuring works, right? This is nothing difficult, it's very easy and it is powerful as well, right? Here you can set your default values, and if you don't have those values it gives you back an undefined, and if you have both the values defined, that is here for example age is 30, right, and we even had the age of 20 over here, and we save. Can you see you get back the age 20, right? Because it is already there in your object. Only if you don't have something in your object then it takes up your default value which you give it over here, right? So this is how your array and object destructuring works. So it is very simple, and for a revision let's see what actually we did in array destructuring and what we did in object. Okay, so in array destructuring your name doesn't matter, right, but in object destructuring the name does matter, or else it won't give you the output, right? And you can also define default values in your array as well as your object, and also if you already have that value present in your array or the object, it will take that value, and if you don't have any value present with the corresponding name in your array or in the object, then it will return you back the default value. Okay, so that's it for today. Hope you guys understood, and if you got something out of this video, do not forget to press that like button and also subscribe to my channel. I'll be coming up with new videos related to web development frequently. So yeah, thank you so much guys for watching and have a good day. Let's meet in the next video. Bye guys.